Jim. Your name is Jim.
Yes. Hello there, and welcome to another episode of... News from the Gelding. Oh, hell. Anyway, as Spock rightly said at the beginning, I'm Jim, and you better believe it. At some point, I'm going to do a green screen and superimpose my noggin over the top of Captain Kirk's. Why? I don't fucking know. It might give me one extra view. Who knows? I don't get many. It could be because I swear too much, or because it's just crap. I mean, who knows? Anyway, let's get down to it. It's that time of the month when I showcase the paintings I've been doing recently. So these are all ones that I've done actually in the last couple of days and last week, but one. But I'll get to that a bit later. Timestamps down below as usual to zip ahead. Now I'm just going to talk a little bit about my usual news, which is really interesting. Okay, first of all, I've had another migraine last week. Like clockwork, I always get it at the same time. I get out of the car at my last drop off, the last child I drop off, and get a migraine. Don't know why, but anyway, it was hellish. And then the next night, I had a really bad nosebleed in the night. I mean, this doesn't sound good, does it? I mean, I used to suffer quite badly from hypochondria, and if this had happened about 10 years ago, I would have already been writing out my last will and testament, believing myself to have a brain tumour or something. But it's just the weather plays havoc with my body. Let's just put it that way. Okay, right. The other thing is, I overturned a parking ticket, for God's sake. We got our 5th parking ticket of the year. It's hard to believe, but we did. This time I was really careful and I parked it somewhere I knew they couldn't do anything. They couldn't give me a ticket. And they gave me a ticket. I didn't realise, but on the sign nearby, there's this tiny little sign saying you're not allowed to park in this bay for this day or whatever, a couple of days. A load of bollocks. And so, sure enough, I got a ticket, but someone must have ripped the ticket off. I didn't see it. So the next thing I get is a letter saying I have to pay the full amount. So I emailed them and said, look, this ain't right. I'll pay half of it, but I'm not paying all of it. And they said, you don't have to pay any of it. We know who you are, Jim. We watch your channel. That's what they didn't say that, but, you know, could happen one day. What else? I recently read a piece of crime fiction, which I'm going to review next week. It's called The Hypnotist. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. At the moment, I'm reading Gulliver's Travels, the original transcript. It's very hard going, I must admit. I mean, this was written in the 1700s, and it's hard going, the Old English, but it's still really interesting. It's a lovely story. Let's face it. Right, that's what I'm reading. The only other thing to say is next week I've got a week off. It's half term, so I will be doing hopefully another chat and ale session, a live stream. I might mix it up this time and do mead instead. I might drink mead and chat. Or I might do mead and ale and chat. Who knows? With a bit of old retro gaming in the background. Something to really look forward to. Anyway, right, let's get down to it. The paintings. So I'll go through my box of wonders. When I threw my flute just now, it's just twatted the top of a painting here that's still wet, so it may have improved it, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go through it. The first one is one you'll have already seen if you saw the live painting session I last did. It's the dragon one. So if you haven't seen this and you'd like to see me painting it, I don't know why you would. It's a bit boring maybe, but it's also relaxing. But it's there. If you go through my videos, it's there. So I was quite happy with this one. It's a little bit subdued. Perhaps the colours could be a bit poppish. They could pop a bit more, which would require another layer, but I'm not going to bother with that. I think it's fine. So there we are, dragon. Right, what's next? in my box of wonders. The next one is an abstract one. Here we are. This one's still really wet, so I don't even know if I'll be able to show it properly. I just hope. I've got like sticky double-sided tape, but it could still fall off. Okay, anyway. Okay, so here we are. This one's called Dali-ish, because it's a little bit like a Dali painting. Although I just made it up on the fly with all these abstract shapes, and then on Monday I just went around and defined the shapes by using a background colour, the blue, and chiseled them out. And then I did these kind of supporting stick shapes just to inform the shapes a bit more and give them a bit of three-dimensionality. I may overlay a better image of this over the top, but I don't know because I can't photograph it at the moment because it's so wet. Okay, there we are, Dali-ish, that one. The next one I did yesterday, and I was trying to test myself in a way. I was trying to do it as quickly as I can. So this figure I did in about 2 hours. So there we are. She's running. So yeah, I should say before I did this kind of abstract background, and it looked like a burning forest. So I thought I would do this young lady running through the forest, or it looks like she's running into a burning forest, which is quite interesting. This one's called Lady Running Through a Burning Forest, open brackets, she's naked, close brackets. It's not going to be called that really, but who knows what this is about. But I thought it was quite a nice image at the end. What do you think? So there's that one. Right, I'll do the one that the flute twatted off the side of. See if this is really wet, but the sides are dry. Yes, okay. Okay, this one is a pure abstract painting, pure abstraction. So this is one that I previously started and as an abstract background that I was going to use to overlay another image on top. But I put the paint on so heavily that it was going to be very hard to do a fine painting over the top of it. So I decided just to put another abstraction over the top, mostly with this red, alizarin crimson, I think, it might be that, and a dark colour that I mixed up, similar to black, and also this kind of very verdant green. I quite enjoyed doing it, and it has something about it. Often when I do these things, sometimes I just destroy them because it doesn't go very well. This one I think has something about it, so I'm going to let this dry and I'll see if anyone wants to buy it. I won't charge much for this, despite the fact it's quite a large canvas. The canvas costs, getting on for 10 quid. Yeah, it's going to be a cheap one, but yeah, let me know if you're interested. Okay, that's that, and there's just one more. So this is the one I've probably used for the thumbnail because it took me ages to do and I was quite happy with it. So this one here, this one is, I'm going to call this one Ampoule, which is the name of a glass vessel for containing medicine, perhaps. This is, I may overlay an image here to get a better quality one because I've photographed this one. So my thinking behind this one was, well, there wasn't much thinking. So what I'll do actually, I just remembered I've got a series of photographs. So I'm going to pop them up. Where should I put them? There? I'll put them there. No, wait a minute. I'll put them there. Yeah, brilliant. So this will show you the transition of mostly the background. So I already knew that I was going to have that face there looking up. But what was she going to be looking up at? So I began with a pure abstract green background, which I didn't photograph. And then I turned them into these kind of bubbles or droplets of something. So the only thing remaining is the green in the middle of those droplets. I didn't like it. I didn't plan it at all. I just did it on the fly. So I thought, no, I don't like this. So I used those shapes and to inform what I did next. I did larger shapes, almost like a cactus, and I did this kind of vivid yellow background just to just to let it pop a bit more. But I didn't like the yellow background. So I got rid of that. I put it back to black, and I inserted these strange shapes, like alien fetuses, into those ampules. The last thing I did was then I stuck reflections over the top of those vessels. I used photograph of a test tube just to help me out with where the reflections might be. So I still don't know what the young lady's up to, where she is, or what she's doing. It doesn't look very pleasant. But perhaps, I don't know, it looks like maybe a scene from a horror film, a sci-fi horror, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, there we are, that's Ampoule. That will be available to buy at some point when I can be bothered to stick it on Etsy and eBay. As ever, if you're in the UK, purchase from eBay, it's the cheapest it will be for you. It's free postage, basically. If you're anywhere else, have a look on Etsy, and it'll be a bit more, but it's to accommodate the postage. But there we are. Let's leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week with a book review. And stay posted. I'll be doing a live stream soon, where I just get more progressively drunk as the thing goes on. Right, I'll say goodbye. Cheerio. Say goodbye, Sir Percival.
I will not say goodbye. You almost hit me in the face with that sexy wand.
Yes, well, I didn't hit you in the face with that wand. It's not even a wand, it's a bloody flute. I know you like having wands smacked against your face, but anyway. Okay, right, let's go. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes. Sir Percival's got his own channel, but there's nothing on it, so I wouldn't bother subscribing.
Sir Percival's Wand Emporium.
Yeah, don't bother. Anyway, cheerio.